Plan on literary elements. My objective is to identify story elements including speaker, narrator, setting, characters, plot, problems, and solution. ELA-1-E4. We're going to start out by reviewing key elements, and I'll ask questions like, what is the job of the speaker of the story? And that's the person who tells the story. What is the setting in a story? That's where the story takes place. What are characters? And those are the people, animals, creatures in the story. The purpose of this lesson is to give students a better understanding of stories that they read. Last week we learned what key elements of stories are and what they mean. Today we're going to learn how to identify those stories, those elements in a story. And tomorrow we're going to learn how to compare and contrast those elements. For the motivation, I'm going to read the story A Sick Day for Amos McGee, and then we're going to do a couple of activities. The first one is we're going to make a story map, in which every student will get one, and we'll fill them out as a class, and they'll write the title, the setting, the characters, the problem in the story, the events that lead up to the solution. And then after that activity, we're going to do another activity called Picture the Character. And they'll draw a picture of the character that they choose in the middle, and then on each side beside the picture, they'll write things that describe that character. And then for the closure, we're going to go over as a class which characters they picked and why. And for homework, they just need to write a few sentences on which story from the which character from the story they would most likely want to meet and why. For the early finishers, they have a little worksheet to do where they unscramble the names of the elements in stories. Special needs students, for the student with a reading disability, they'll work with a paraprofessional to read the story and review the elements of that story. The student who is an English language learner will work one-on-one with the teacher to review the stories as well as names and descriptions of the characters. Later in the day, the students who need remediation are going to be put into small groups, and the teacher will review the elements of the story. And for the enrichment activity, I have a matching worksheet, and it has all the different elements on one side, and then they'll match them to the correct definition on the other side.